of sure XRP and Ripple still take front stage, June 17th, nevertheless, is a significant day you might not be aware of right now, and we definitely need be on alert for it. I'll go over why now. Major whales who have been and will be purchasing XRP are also driving a significant financial flood into Ripple. Moreover, Ripple blockchain has been adopted much more, so things are looking great for XRP as well. We are closely examining in this video why we believe XRP's price is set to erupt, will blow out. Hello on the channel. I am Matty, and here is Altcoin Buzz. Should you opt to invest? All the best of luck. I really wish you well whether you are in this place or inhabit it in another way. Remember, I am not an investing or financial advisor. This video is thus not official, financial, or investing guidance by default. Like I mentioned, there are 3 especially valid reasons why we should generally be positive about XRP and Ripple. Of those, the XRP ETF approvals, which seem to be closing in, are number 1 on importance. Various XRP ETF applications have already been registered, as we have been covering. This is not particularly noteworthy on its own, since anyone can apply for an ETF. XRP now has the most ETF filings, nevertheless, and this suggests something about expectation for investor-client demand. It has some worth, definitely. Some well-known companies have also filed these applications: Bitwise, 21 Shares, Canary Capital, Grayscale, Franklin Templeton, ProShares, WisdomTree, CoinShares, Volatility Shares, Hashdex. The list just keeps growing, MEMHS, and Teucrium. These now comprise standalone funds as well as ones where XRP will be included within a larger portfolio of securities. Thus, there is also really great variety here. Naturally then, several well-known names also fall on this list. Remember that the June 17th SEC ruling on an XRP ETF will determine things. I so emphasized that date a moment ago. This pertains especially to the Franklin Templeton ETF submission, and so the SEC will have 3 alternatives on this date, once more June 17th. They might either initiate procedures to review more, or approve the filing quite simply, or object to it. Now, most likely, the SEC is going to want to exercise that option and assess further, kind of like dragging the can down the road. And since, as you may recall, that is precisely exactly what happened with the BTC and ETH ETF filings, so that is the most likely, most probable course of action they will choose. Still, the Securities and Exchange Commission has seen some changes inside. The SEC is now actually singing a somewhat different song than making things difficult for crypto initiatives. That's because Paul Atkins is the chair. Hence, there is at least a chance the SEC might approve this XRP ETF application next week. Not exactly would I rely on it, though I wouldn't gamble on it. At least Paul Atkins at the helm increases the potential and probability compared to past times. And to put everything in perspective here a bit better, Franklin Templeton is one of the larger participants here, as I noted. Under management, their assets under control total $1 trillion with the team and over $1,500 million. Templeton is also among the ones starting a BTC ETF. They filed via the CBO EBZ exchange, same exchange used for most significant spot ETF approvals, including BTC and ETH. However, once more, if the SEC requests additional time to assess, the most likely result is still, in my view, to be then the October. That is therefore part of the 240-day evaluation period. These relate to the Grayscale and 21 Shares registrations. Stated differently, it is quite likely that there will be an XRP spot ETF Maybe not June 17th, but eventually around 2025. Indeed, there is solid cause for belief that this year will see something. One more factor to consider is the Nasdaq, which registered the 8K form. Their crypto benchmark index thus moves from 5 to 7 assets. XRP, ADA, SOL, S0L, and XLM are 4 fresh assets they are adding. The November 2nd is the deadline for this. Then we have BlackRock, another element that fits quite well. Usually Larry Fink presumably is in negotiations with Paul Atkins. Naturally, BlackRock's CEO is Fink. Among investments firms worldwide, they are the largest. BlackRock apparently also wants to file an XRP spot ETF, although not surprisingly. Actually, all of these individually, as well as considered together, show really encouraging trends. Regarding the XRP token price, an XRP spot ETF approval almost guarantees favorable price behavior. And, as I mentioned, there are really strong odds for such an XRP spot ETF. Based on Polymarket's collective wisdom, currently 87%. Do you not even surge, buddy? Strange. Now, though, let's discuss the recent money flood into Ripple, starting with Weebis. The Chinese-based Weebis company is among the engaged players. This is a mobility solution driven by artificial intelligence. They thus focus in, for example, worldwide premium and customizable chauffeur services. The company also wants to create an XRP strategic reserve and is registered on the Nasdaq, sort of similar to what Michael Saylor is doing for Bitcoin. The same thing with XRP. Furthermore, really large is this XRP strategic reserve. We are discussing something worth about $300 million. That makes for a significant outlay of funds. Deal is under progress with Samara Alpha Management, registered as a top-grade SEC advisor. Is this one? And Weebis intends to implement this approach in stages, quite literally. You will thus have tier-based distribution. Still in need of starting is the actual investment. As of right now, as of this recording, it hasn't started. Hyperscale Data is another business intending to purchase XRP valued $10 million. Though their main focus is on aiding the AI sector, Hyperscale Data offers data center solutions. They function throughout the United States, Europe, the Middle East, and beyond. And Hyperscale intends to open an XRP loan platform for US public corporations. This is supposed to happen sometime in Q3 2025. They thus use the platform only from public firms listed on the New York Stock Exchange, going through Alt Capital Group, their subsidiary. Thus, it is fairly clear that XRP has great institutional interest, both major and rather large. Very optimistic, most certainly. And the reason to be optimistic here is simply in general the increasing acceptance of Ripple blockchain technologies. Clearly, Ripple has some significant alliances underway for its XRPL. That represents XRP Ledger, its blockchain. Furthermore, these alliances